Hello and welcome to Mari's Golden Hour. Thank you so much for joining me, hanging out, listening to me ramble on, maybe making you chuckle a little bit or picking up a little bit of knowledge you didn't have before. Hopefully it's satisfying something in your life at this time. If not, I apologize, and you know what? I'll do better. So this week was kind of a strange week for me. Starting with Friday, actually that would be January 1st, if I remember correctly. So starting then, I don't know, something funky was happening in the air, at least on my end, and I just was not feeling participatory with life. I don't know of a better way to phrase that, so it sounds kind of nice, but I just went into straight on hermit mode. And not so much where I was sitting in a corner and all up in a ball and rocking back and forth, but I don't know. There's just something in the air. And I don't know if I was subconsciously just affected by whatever was going on in the landscape of the world. Or, I don't know. But I noticed that Sunday, Monday, and I think Tuesday, I was just getting increasingly more sad and just feeling a little weepy. But I think it was on Tuesday everything came to a head. I'm pretty sure it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. I just flat out was just waterworks were just happening, and I was getting waterworks for feeling sad. I think maybe my body just had enough of it, and it's like, all right, release the Kraken. And this deluge was just coming out, and I had errands that I had to run, and I would just have the waterworks while I was in the car driving, and songs were coming on the radio that had me just bawling even more. And I don't know where some of it came. I know where some of it came from, but I don't know what it was that just really set things off, or why I was on this path, or maybe I just needed a release. I don't know, but I was in a funk and just kind of spiraled on down from there. And I no joke, I would feel fine, all right, get it together. And I would get it together, and sure enough, something on the radio just came on, and it's like, no, it was like the universe is like, yeah, we're going to keep you in this little mode for a little bit longer. And it really was kind of weird. A song would come on, and it's something in the title or a lyric, or if it was instrumental, it was the melody. It just had me bawling, and I didn't come home because I didn't want to still be crying and come back home and people on the street are watching me break down in public. And so I came home when I felt I had had enough, and I was all right. I decided to prepare my breakfast, and things were great, and I wanted to have a productive day, and I was trying to tackle that to-do list, and turn on the radio, and sure enough, within seconds, something in the line, I picked up something in whatever line happened to be sung at that time, and it just had me crying. And repeatedly, I thought I'd have it together, and then I would begin to go on about what I needed to do, and something else came on. No matter what station I turned it to, it was something. It really did feel like the universe was conspiring against me and just wanted me to cry and cry it out. And I kid you not, when I thought I have finally just waterworked this whole, whatever this was, out of my system, And I thought, all right, I can get going. As soon as I felt that I had myself completely composed, DJ on this other random radio station came on and said, so, yeah, that was our rock block, or, whatever it was. It wasn't a rock block, but the theme was and this is something else that I changed it to. And he said, this next set is going to have the word cry in it. It's that, and I'm not making this up, and it's not that I had been listening to that same station all morning, and therefore I was affected subconsciously by the word cry, even though I wasn't aware of it. No, this is a station that I turned to, and I hadn't even listened to anything, or maybe I listened to like half of the song prior to the DJ making this announcement. But yeah, all the songs were going to have cry featured in it somehow, whether it's the title or it's the theme, I don't know. But anyway, that was just the little bit of weirdness. And so when I got over that, I was, again, trying to make myself breakfast, which at this point, it's like, I'm kaput by now, but I need to get something in my stomach, so I made coffee. And I kept having to reheat my coffee. And so, when, I think it depends upon the cream that you use, whatever. Anyway, I was reheating it, and so there was this layer of film that was on top of it. Sorry to be gross about it, but, it's how it goes. And so I was doing this, I was being kind of a weirdo about it. Instead of just scraping it off the top, I kept twisting the mug around in order to drink the non-filmy coffee. Basically it would just the film would catch on the side of the mug. And so anyway, I was just almost done with this mug of coffee. And I happened to look, and the mug that I was drinking out of at the time is actually kind of big. So I was able to look up, and I saw on the side of the rim, the best way I can describe it, it's when there's dregs of tea leaves at the bottom of a cup. Well, this was the dregs of the cream that I was using that was on the side of my cup. And I kid you not, there was a face in that. Now, that kind of freaked me out. I mean, not to the point where I freaked out and I screamed and I dropped the mug. No. But I was kind of worn out from all the waterworks and just being affected by that all morning. This has been going on for some time, and so I wasn't at that the jump scare surprise level because I was just completely exhausted. But to see this face, and I did take a picture of it because I'm nah, this I don't know if anybody will believe me. So I do have a photo of it that I may share at some point. And I have seen faces in my coffee before, not this prominent, but in the way that they looked was, if you look up at clouds and you'll see shapes in the clouds, that's what I would see in my coffee. Whether I had any sort of creamer in it or not, I could see a shape in it, and usually it would be a smiley face. And this time around, though, and that doesn't happen all the time when I drink my coffee. It's just every once in a while I will get a smiley face that'll pop up, and it's pretty prominent. And so I acknowledge it. I say, oh, thank you. This one, when I was drinking my coffee, and this was at the end of my being all weepy, I looked at the face, and the face kind of had that look of oh, it was kind of like a sad face. That's the look that this face gave me in my coffee mug. And I had to put it down, and I just kind of sat, and I wrapped the blanket around me, and I had another little good cry. And yeah, so I don't know what to make of all that. I don't know if this is a spirit thing. Is it my mom? I don't know. But yeah, it really just kind of messed me up, especially just being all weepy. And other family stuff is going on too, but which I may or may not share at some other time. But so let's see what else. Overall, that was my week. Things got a little bit better as the week progressed, but I was still in some sort of a funk. And I thought I would, like Friday would be like, all right, here we go. But Friday came and went, and now we're on to Saturday. And so I'm going to force myself to get out of the funk tomorrow and just start the whole new week fresh. As far as like New Year resolution stuff, I felt like I was on that New Year resolution mode in November. And then when it comes to like January 1st, I'm like, not so much. I'm not ready for it yet. Because I was in that mode November and December and just, all right, hope and joy. Here we go. Positivity, motivation. Here we come. And I don't know, I just hit some sort of a wall. And I'm like, no. But I'm going to get back into it again. I know. Something more of interest. Well, actually, I've been trying to get myself out of that, the sad weepy mode, and I do that by listening to, more uplifting music, the movies that I watch, reading, and I had a couple of fluffy books that I was able to knock out. I don't think she's a new author. It's Alicia Ray. I think that's how you pronounce her name. The last name is spelled R-A-I. And the first book, I think, is called The Right Swipe. And the other one that I'm working on is Girl Gone Viral. So, yes, they are the fluffy books. What I do like about them, though, is she has characters in her books that have a diverse ethnic background. Like everybody does. She is inclusive as far as gender is concerned and sexual preference and ethnicity. And I love it. And it is not made to be a big issue. It is just, this is the landscape of life. And this is the landscape that we live in. That's it. There doesn't need to be an issue made out of it. I think in the first book, for the lead character, I think she mentioned something about her childhood and some difficulties growing up. But again, it is just mentioning everything as a fact of life. You're not beat over the head with anything. And I like it. And even as far as like the girl power empowerment stuff, it's, again, not browbeating. And maybe in some cases it might not be completely realistic, but the way that I look at it is she writes, at least from the two stories that I've read and still reading, she's writing how things could be. It's like, well, here's a woman that has a great life and has challenges in life, and it's written in a very realistic way, and she's getting what she wants, and sometimes not getting everything that she wants, but darn it, it's supposed to be a fluffy book, so there we go. Anyway, what was the other thing that so a couple of videos that I caught, and so here are the video recommendations. One that I came across, it's called If Bella Was a Normal Teenager, like in Twilight. So for Twilight, If Bella Was a Normal Teenager, and the person that uploaded that, it's Boogie Woogie 99. It is funny and it is cute, and honestly, I would watch that movie. Well, I mean, in a way, I did. And apparently it is, it's all the TikTok videos that this person ended up including. And to watch all of them together so you can see the whole movie, it's actually pretty awesome. She did a really, really good job. And even with her American accent, which as it went on, you could hear her real accent come through. But definitely check it out. Even if you're not a Twilight fan, if you are just aware of the movie, it's fun to watch. And she did a gimmick, which I think you'll see it towards the end of that particular TikTok. I'm like, that is genius. I never thought of that, and it's genius. So definitely check it out if you can, if Bella was a normal teenager. And I felt like if it was performed this way, the movies would have made even more money. The books would have sold even more. Not that woman needs any more money, but hey, I'm not anybody to begrudge anybody's coin. So, what's the other one that I saw? Oh, because I'm still on my 9 Inch Nails kick, I was looking at a reaction video, and I'm not too sure why I landed on this. Oh, I landed on this one. Actually, I'm not too sure why. But it's titled OMGGG with exclamation marks. What did you do to me? And it has even more in that title, but basically it's a 9 Inch Nails closer reaction, and the person that uploaded it, it's sincerely, KSO, as in King Soldier Opera, or OP. I can't remember what O is supposed to be. Oscar? Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, it's... first off, it's for Closer, like I said, which is just, it's still a good song, even after all these years. And I didn't listen to it just because it got so much airplay, and I got tired of hearing it, and for people just to latch on to the chorus of the song, as opposed to appreciating the lyrics. And actually, that whole album, Downward Spiral, wow. I mean, Pretty Hate Machine, I love, and then still love. Downward Spiral, just, I mean, it's sad and it's torturous, but boy, that man can write and produce, and just, Anyway, what I loved about this one is that she was hooked from the beginning. You could tell. And she listened to the music. And just her reaction to everything, it's cute and it's priceless, but she just, even if she wasn't a fan, which I don't think she's a fan, because she'd never heard the music. So, but it was really insightful, and I appreciated her take on this. And really, she was just listening to the audio. She wasn't even looking at the video. So I know that when she looks at the video, her eyes will just be popping. The other one that I happened to stumble across, it's Irish People Try Krispy Kreme, and that is by the Try channel. Try is in all caps, Try, the Try channel. And I actually have since looked at a few of these, but them trying Krispy Kreme, it's almost like food porn to watch them eating it. It's crazy. Also, I didn't realize that Krispy Kreme, I don't know if they still have it. If they do, I am all for it. But it's, they had a Biscoff donut, and I don't know if you've had Biscoff cookies or not. It's a little biscuit, and it is, I think it's a Belgian, I think it's a Belgian cookie. But it's delicious. Like, I've had the Biscoff spread, which is just dangerously delicious, especially if you have some of that that sprouted sourdough bread from Trader Joe's, and you spread that on top of it. It's like, really, really good. So I watched that one, and I watched the Irish People Try Five Guys, and they tried like different things from Five Guys, which I've never eaten there. Weirdly enough, I actually went to that restaurant and I watched somebody else eat. I did not, in fact, eat at all. And that guy is somebody I never dated because of that. So, it was, I don't know if I should tell the story now or some other time. Yeah, maybe I'll wait for some other time. But overall, It ended up with me doing an awful lot of driving, an awful lot, where it was mainly for his benefit. He didn't chip in for gas, and he didn't buy me even like a little tiny a small little sack of fries, or a small little fry from the burger place that we stopped at that he wanted to stop and get food at. Yeah. Dating life. So let's see, what else? The Liberal Redneck, which I know I've mentioned the Liberal Redneck before. Trey Crowder is the Liberal Redneck, and the comedy group that he hangs out with, which they tend to tour a lot, they ended up doing a skit on Comedy Central, and it's called Is It Southern or Hipster? So those are two separate things. So if you pop in Liberal Redneck, Trey Crowder will pop up, and I think he posts things either once a week or once every couple weeks. I'm not too sure what the frequency is, but yeah, I like him. It's pretty cool. And the Is It Southern or Hipster, basically it's a skit that he is involved with that was aired on Comedy Central, but it's funny. The funniest thing that I saw, and I don't know why I didn't see this in December for the holidays, I would have definitely been sharing this one. It's called Eating Fruitcake for the First Time, and it's through All Def Comedy. And there are a lot of quotable lines in this one. Like, crazy. Please watch that. You will just laugh from beginning to end on all of them eating fruitcake for the first time. And I think, well, I know of the channel for sure, but I don't know if some of those people are the same ones that, there was a couple other videos I saw where the black people go have Thanksgiving with a white family, and it was 3 black guys going to this white family's house, and they had a lot of kids. Like, it was a lot of kids up in this family. Like, so anyway, and then they also did one where that same family ended up going over to their house for a cookout. And yeah, it was interesting. But this one about the fruitcake definitely takes, well, the cake. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Let's see, what is another one? Tribal people. Yeah, tribal people try apple pie for the first time. And that is through Tribal People Try. It is so cute. It is really just, I can equate it to like watching older people use technology for the very first time. They were just so cute in their reaction with having apple pie, and actually apple pie a la mode for the first time. And now that I'm talking about it, now I kind of want apple pie. That sounds so delicious right now. Let's see, music suggestion. This is one, I can't remember if I mentioned this a couple of podcasts ago, but Peter Cottontail. Peter Cottontail's, the song is called Together, and that is with Chance the Rapper, Cynthia Erivo, the Chicago Children's Choir, and Matt Jones. And it's just an uplifting song. So if you haven't heard it, please do check it out. Peter Cottontail, Together. And I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to keep it nice and short. And I am ending it with a new week is coming. We're gonna try to start off the week on a high and not on a low. And so just gonna cozy on up for Saturday, gearing on up for Sunday, and the week and the days and the months and all that ahead. So here we go. I think next week is gonna be that week that's like, all right, let's go. And full speed ahead. So thank you very much for hanging out. I know that I was just babbling away, but I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. evening, night, morning. I don't know if this is the beginning of the day for you when you're listening to it or not, but thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you. And enjoy your golden hour.